my advice for the young martial artists. Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. Let's get straight into it. Now, my advice, all these new videos of me speaking, giving my experiences, whatever wisdom that I hold within me, understand you can do whatever you want with it. I'm just a regular dude who achieves some things, and I just make these videos in hopes that maybe they can help to guide you. All you gotta do is just listen to it, take what will work for you or what resonates with you, apply it, see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But understand, things that I'm sharing are what help my life, and you can do whatever you want with it, okay? I'm not no special guy. You guys may look at me as this, whatever. I'm just a dude that worked out, had some principles, had a thought pattern of positive thoughts, and some things went into play. So for the young martial artists, you could be coming right out of high school. I would cut it off between 25 years old. My advice to you, okay? When I studied, when I was trying to find the power, not just the physical power, but the skill to be a great mixed martial artist, when I was about 23 years old, I opened up a little fitness business. I was trying to find the brain power for me to govern a business, become successful, earn money, get more clients. Everything that I've studied, even down to spirituality, crystals, sages, astrology, numerology, past life regressions, Akashic records, aliens, all of these things, okay? When it comes to living a successful life based on your terms, I'm not going to say too much about your terms, but living a high achieving life, a successful life that you created from your thoughts and from your desires. When I studied people who lived a successful life, people that draw my eyes to them, people who have great financial success, people who have great marriages, people who have won belts in whatever, boxing, mixed martial arts, it's across the board, okay? Now, like I said, you can do whatever you want with this advice, but for you, younger martial artists, you gotta understand that you gotta envision yourself. Like I said in the past couple videos, envision the greatest version of you. This is where it has to start, in your imagination, okay? Sit down, 5 to 10 minutes, envision the greatest version of you, okay? Create the setting, the house, the cars, the money, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you can piece together, okay? For some of you, that might be extremely hard. But understand, you gotta kind of get the setting first, okay? Once you get the setting, you know, whatever dream cars that you want to drive, whatever money, whatever friends, girlfriends, whatever. Find the setting, okay? Once you find the setting, you gotta zone in on that individual in that vision, okay? That individual, that greatest version of you, what is their mannerism? What are they thinking? How do they speak to other people? How do they speak to themselves? You gotta zone in on that vision, okay? So like I said, I studied many things, studied many entrepreneurs, a lot of rich dudes, whatever, spiritual people. You gotta understand that no matter what happens in this life, reality will always change. Understand, when I first learned this technique, I opened my fitness business. A guy told me, okay, you got to envision your fitness business. You got to envision yourself, you know, helping clients. You got to envision yourself with the money so you have a path to go. Understand, when I envisioned this back in like years ago, there was no such thing as Teslas. There was no iPhones. There was no, you know, like, everything in the setting changed, okay?
You didn't see a pair of sunglasses, did you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I dropped them one. I can't find them.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. But, you know, back when I was, what, 23 years old when I opened my fitness business. I had to envision everything and understand the settings change. The individual in the vision didn't. This individual has certain thought patterns, certain habits, certain skills. Your goal, everyone's goal, whether you're young, out of high school, in high school, mid-20s, mid-30s, mid-40s, the goal will always be you. You are your path, okay? Now, understanding that you are the path, You zone in on that individual, okay? That's gonna be your only goal. My only advice to you is to build that individual, because all the cars, all the clothes, the house, the settings that you see in this greatest version of you, he has certain thought patterns. Like I said, certain thought patterns. He speaks differently. He talks differently. He treats others differently. He has different habits, okay? Now, if you are lost, like I said, as a martial artist, you're gonna be living your life in this theme of a martial artist. Develop your skill, see what you can. If you don't see yourself fighting, understand there's many different ways now. If you want to be an actor, dude, you can jump on YouTube, create your own movies. You can be a social media influencer, you can do drop shipping. There are so many ways, and you gotta understand, when it comes to martial arts is not just fighting techniques, moving of energy. No, it's everything. Business can be martial arts. Martial arts, okay, is basically skills along with emotional intelligence, along with the ability to communicate your skill, emotional intelligence, and to land your blows effectively. So now, when I throw a jab, okay, that's a skill. In order for me to throw this jab really well, mind the background noise. In order for me to throw this jab really well, my emotional intelligence behind my jab, the intent, the way that I move, the way that I groove, the way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm feeling will dictate how I throw this jab. And when I throw the jab, when I want it to land, understand that's a form of communication. I'm trying to communicate hurt to this individual. The way I communicate my jab through my emotional intelligence, that's martial art. Same thing with like this video, business, whatever you want to get into. Skill, you could be an artist, you could draw, writing. Your skill is going to be your craft. It could be writing, okay? Your emotional intelligence while you're writing, whatever the material is that you're writing, and your communication, your ability to transfer your skill and emotions into your writing, to communicate that value, whatever it is that your heart is trying to write, that's martial arts. Understand that, okay? And when you look at the view of martial arts, you look at everything, you'll see that, there's some people who are ninjas. They like to be very sneaky, do things behind your back. Like, you'll trip out, dude. Everything is martial arts, okay? So if you're younger, you gotta build you, okay? You gotta build you. You may not know what you want to do yet. Do your best to find that vision and kind of aim on it. You gotta have some type of goal. If you don't have any type of goal, you could do it this way. Because a lot of people who are successful, they really kind of fell into what they were doing. But like I said, across the board, they had different thought patterns. They had different habits. They had different mannerisms. You gotta build you. You have to build you, okay? So you gotta learn about the laws of mind. I don't want you to get too much into spirituality, but understand the laws of mind. Whatever it is that you think, you are. Period, point blank. Whatever a man believes in his heart, that's who he is. Okay, that's one of the great laws. The second great law is whatever you put out, you get back. The law of sowing and reaping. You got to understand thought patterns. You got to understand positive thoughts. You got to understand negative thoughts. Positive thoughts are always constructive, and they build in a positive manner. They don't destroy. They build individuals. They build upon whatever it is that you're trying to build. Destructive thoughts, the greatest of destructive thoughts, negative thoughts, is criticism, because you criticize someone. When you criticize one, you criticize yourself. This is a deeper thing, but understand the laws of mind, okay? Then number 2 is habits. Habits. Every successful individual, you see me moving and grooving, you see how I got ripped. It's a formation of habits that I done day after day after day after day. My ability to speak like this with no script is just habits of me speaking positivity day after day after day. The way that my mind thinks, even though this motherfucker over here can be sawing and like distracting me because of habits. I have a one-track mind. Once I kind of know what I got to do, I can still stay focused no matter what's going on in the background. Habits. A successful man, a ripped man, a guy who has great martial arts skill. He has good thought patterns and he has good habits. No matter what, these are the 2 things that make and break everyone. Everyone can have good dreams. Oh, I want this, I want to be that. You show me a man's thought patterns and his daily habits, I can exactly tell you what this individual is. If a guy says, oh, I work out all the time, but yet he's kind of fat, tired, I can tell you that you may think that you're in shape and that you work out. You have all these actions, but there's something that's lacking. There's a habit, whether it's food, whether it's not, you're not pushing hard enough. Habits. Habits make and break a man. So you got to develop habits. I'm not going to tell you too much books to read, but if you want to learn these things, okay, I'm not trying to put you onto any religion or whatever. Read the Bible, okay? There's a portion of the Bible called Proverbs. Proverbs, okay, to my understanding, my interpretation, King Solomon is the son of King David. If you guys ever heard the story of David and Goliath, David slayed Goliath. David ended up becoming a king, one of the greatest kings. He had a successor, a son, King Solomon, okay? King Solomon inherited his father's kingdom. A lot of times the drop-off comes. The person who built the dynasty, the kingdom, when he passes it on, the son normally fucks it up because he doesn't understand thoughts and habits. He's just a spoiled little brat, okay? But in the Bible, King Solomon inherited his dad's kingdom. And, he was wondering, how do I do this? How do I do this? He was kind of scared, whatever. And God came out to him. God spoke to King Solomon. He told him, you know what? Your dad was a great servant of mine. I love your father. And I see that you're a man after my own heart, God's own heart. So King Solomon, whatever it is that you ask, I shall grant it to you. King Solomon was just kind of like, kind of like tripping out. Okay, what do I ask? He asked God, I just want wisdom to govern this kingdom in a justly manner, with integrity. And God said, oh, okay. I see that, you didn't ask for money. You didn't ask for women. You didn't ask for all of these things. You asked for wisdom. So I will grant you wisdom, King Solomon. On top of that, I will make you the greatest king in the world. I'll give you women beyond your imagination, money beyond your imagination. And what happened was King Solomon, the greatest king, basically in written known history, wrote wisdom quotes in the Bible. If you think that like the Bible is just about Jesus, dude, there's business practices, there's habits, thought forms that help you become a better individual. The book of Proverbs, a bunch of quotes that can help you in life. Oh, I'm glad you found it. Have a good one. The book of Proverbs has many teachings. You would trip out. And a lot of these teaching, I read a lot of successful real estate investing books. Sam Walton, Made in America, the guy who made Walmart. A lot of these successful businessmen will always quote quotes from that section of the Bible, whether it's about money, business, ruling an empire, running a business, running yourself, having good habits, becoming a great martial artist. All of it is in that book, the book of Proverbs. Right after that, got Ecclesiastes. Read that one too. If you can, read the whole Bible. It's a book of just wisdom, okay? My Bible, just so happenly, everything that Jesus said is in red. So when I read that portion, I was like, my mind was blown. Jesus, you can arguably say, was the greatest martial artist in the world. A lot of his principles, a lot of his sayings are of a higher mind. But because you're younger and, you have this intelligence to kind of want physical things, the book of Proverbs will help you out, okay? Like I said, I've studied many successful, even in the lines of personal training, health, wealth, love. It's all in the book of Proverbs. Read the Bible, okay? And habits. You got to develop good habits. Understand that you at your best. You may not know what you want to do. And like I said, when I envisioned my fitness business being successful, there was no such thing as social media. There was no such thing as like drop shipping. I mean, these things existed, but not at the level where you can do it independently from your phone. There was no like social media influencers. You couldn't get paid from commissions. None of these lines were open. But understand that when I developed those thought patterns, those habits, and a train of thought, the way to think, I then transferred it to what I do now. And understand that the external circumstances will change, but the thought patterns and your habits and your faith in something bigger than yourself will save you. So you may be lost and you want to be that individual where you possess certain skills, you possess certain mindsets, you possess certain thought patterns, you possess certain habits that no matter what you go to, it could be drop shipping, YouTube, martial arts, being a father, being a wife, being a landscaper, doing carpentry, you will be the best of the best at it. The best of the best, okay? Develop you. That is my advice. Young, old, you gotta develop you. And you can look at everything as a martial arts. People, Miyamoto Musashi in his book, there's people who are, I've done lots of labor work. Wood craftsmen, there's a lot of carpenters who, that's their martial art. They think about finished carpentry all day long, how they better themselves, how the new tools, the new materials can make better products. Like, your mind has to be enveloped with developing skills, developing great, beautiful things. And you gotta have habits that back that up. Habits of good thought patterns, habits of seeing the positive in everything, habits of keeping your body in shape, keeping your body nice, fluid. So that way, when you do enter, if you go into the workforce, you are a individual who brings energy and can pull off grand results from nothing, even though you're an apprentice. I want this for you. Now, if you're younger, I'm not gonna tell you go get a job. Dude, you can, from your phone right now, start earning some money. But the only way you're gonna start earning some money is if you become an individual who is valuable. And like I said, what makes an individual valuable? Their thoughts. Everyone loves a hard worker, and everybody loves a positive individual who can pull off grand results, okay? Thoughts. You gotta be a valuable individual who can see the silver lining in everything, who knows the possibilities of the impossible and always shoots towards it. And how do you make these thoughts become reality in this physical world? Habits. Your habits will bring you in front of kings. Your habits will, if you have bad habits with your food, fuck, you're fucked. If you have bad habits with money, you're fucked. It's habits. Thought patterns with habits, okay? Continue to be that individual who sharpens their thought pattern, who sharpens their habits, and day after day after day. A lot of finance guys, they understand compound interest. I understood compound interest in the laws of mind. You do one thing one day, and then you do it another day, and you do it another day, and another day. These things become habits. They become almost second nature. Your positive thoughts, your positive actions, you do them day after day after day after day. They become almost on autopilot. Once you have it on autopilot, you build upon that. You send more positive thoughts, and it compound interest. Next thing you know, within a year, dude, you're this individual who can see everything, who's positive about everything, strong, slick, smooth, good diet, loves to diet, loves to work out, loves to build beauty, loves to build strength, loves to build power, loves to uplift people. It'll be extremely easy. Watch your thought patterns. You're not lost. You're on your path. But what I'm giving you now is that this is the secret key. Find the greatest version of you. Understand that greatest version of you in the vision thinks a certain way, has certain habits, and you got to lock in and zone in on those thoughts and habits. And like I said, no matter what, as time flies, there's going to be different sectors that open up, niche. There's going to be different ways of earning money. As long as you're that individual with good thought patterns, good habits, and a good sound faith in God, okay, you'll be all right as a martial artist. Zone in. Everything is a martial art. If you want to be a fighter, still read Proverbs. If you want to be a carpenter, if you want to be a drop shipper, read Proverbs. Everything is in the Bible, okay? Get yourself connected to it. If not, you're going to read all these business books, all these spiritual books, all these warrior books, and it's going to lead you back to the Bible, okay? I'm saving you the trouble, bro. Again, thought patterns. Positive thought patterns that you learn to build. Habits. Your habits will make everything that you ever desire a reality. Find habits that build you in the direction that you want to go. And no matter what, if you don't have a direction, look directly in the mirror and say, this is my direction. I'm going to build this individual in the mirror with good positive thoughts, good habits. Dude, once you do that, no matter where you go in this life, You're gonna be this light, this asset that everybody will count on. You'll seem like, dude, everybody's just asking me for fucking help. Why? Because you're this individual who can pull off the grandest of results from nothing. Because you have good thoughts and good habits. Bro, I'm gonna keep saying it. Thoughts and habits. Find the greatest version of you because he has better thoughts, better habits. You do that, you can go wherever you want to go in this world. You can literally, if you want to be a martial arts actor, you can make movies on YouTube, dude. I made movies. I'm making a movie right now. And just always remember with that, okay? Train hard and be kind. Let's go.